Okay, look, I know you think this is a little weird that we're sitting here talking and I just left and I was in a completely different outfit. Well, that's future me. I'm past me. So what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about while they're setting up for this next guest that's coming on, and I'm sure they're going to be dope, but I want to talk to you a little bit about ways to support the channel. You see, there's a lot of work that goes into this channel, and the only way to keep it going, the only way to keep bringing on new people and upgrading the sets and upgrading the intros is by you supporting me. So here's a couple of ways that you can support me, and I'm not sure that a lot of you know this. If you're new to Twitch, you want to look down right here. There's a little subscribe button. That's the easiest way to support me. It's like $5. It's like buying me a cup of coffee. If we're at the bar, you're buying me a beer. If you're feeling a little more generous, maybe you want to gift somebody a free sub. If you are a Prime member, you can use your Prime membership. You get one per month. You can use that on me. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, if you're sitting there on the YouTube side, you can also hit that membership button right there, or you can give me a super chat and then send me off a tip. Look, I know that times are tough, money's tough, and I know that what I'm asking for some of you people might be a little too difficult. So there are other ways that you can help the channel. You can host the stream, share the stream. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, share the stream to everybody. Get the word out. That's the easiest way to help me out, and that doesn't cost you a dime. Those are just a couple of ways that you can do this. I think they're coming back, so I need to get out of here. Just remember what I said. We'll see you soon. What is going on? What is going on? Everybody in the house, what is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, I'm down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, I'm down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, I'm down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. Tell 'em run it up.
What is going on? What is going on? Everybody in the house, what is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, I'm down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, I'm down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, I'm down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Wake up in Cleveland. Take two. Take two. So, yeah, the mic was out because the sound was out because the mixer was out. It's the only thing, the absolutely only thing that I just don't like about, well, the fact that my light's burning out right now. and this Live Track L8 Zoom. If you don't use it for a while, it literally just turns itself off. And even though it's on, so the only way to bring it back is to turn it off and turn it back on again. I hate that about it. It's probably going to be changing relatively soon because of the GOAT computer right here that I'm going to be working off of. So I'll probably throw everything. We're still figuring that part out, in all honesty. I like the Zoom because it has split audio outs, so I can basically send a feed, like almost like a headphone mix, out to one channel and then another feed to the other channel. So I have control over my microphone and my audio separately. That's a great little piece. Let me make sure they can hear me now. Yeah, everybody can hear me now. Oh, you guys missed a great story. Oh my God. I can't repeat it though. It's one of those one-timers. So it is Thursday. It is Tech Thursday. We are going to be talking tech for a little while. This isn't going to be one of those 3-hour shows. I'm going to try to get in, get out, and, go upon living my life, because a couple of things. Fortunately, the business part of life is starting to pick up again. Not that it's going to change my doing this show. That's not going to change. But I do have to maximize my time because I have the YouTube thing, I got the work thing, and I got the Wake Up in Cleveland thing. So a lot of things are constantly happening. But I got to make some phone calls after this. I got to call back like 6 clients, and I can't spend all day with you. I already overslept. So, I can't just sit here with you all day. That would be wrong. It's good. Good decaf coffee. All right, let's take a look at the chat here, and let's see what we're doing. So this mouse, Johnny Dynamite says this mouse looks high tech. This mouse is an EVGA, I don't even know what they call it, X17. And I got it with a wonderful press pack that EVGA sent with this mechanical keyboard, this mouse, and I believe it's the XR1 audio capture card. So I'm using all of that today. I'm not using the capture card right now, even though everything's plugged into it. I think I'm just using the standard ATEM. I need the other capture card is what I'm waiting for. The other capture card is going to allow me to have a true one-to-one, so I can continue to record like my stuff off of ATEM when I need to. But when I'm just streaming, I can use this beast over here. It's a combination of things, really. Yeah, I was talking, it was like 5 minutes of trash talk on John. 5 whole minutes. So, and the funny thing is like, I know Philip says, good to hear business is picking back up. So here's the thing. It's picking up, but we're not seeing any money yet. Like right now, all that we have verified is that people are going to have events in the coming months. I've been getting a lot of April events like, hey, can you come do it? Small event in my backyard, 50 people. I just need a DJ, to play good music. It's like, sure. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that's well below our normal charging practices. A DJ only that's just playing music in the background, that's going to be a smaller billable amount. So while I appreciate the fact that we're working, all this money is doing is paying for the storage unit. So that's really the only issue. Like, I can't wait till we're actually at least like a full pay one man. because I'm not getting full pay one-mans right now. That's the problem. That's the only problem. But I appreciate that the phone calls are starting to come through. AMS Disco, that's not how this works. I know you think that I'm just sitting here waiting on people. There are people aligned for weeks. And just because he's a great look, I'm going to say this for facts. I've said this before, and I want it to be clear just so I don't come off sounding like a dick. Okay? Because ultimately, I'm going to come off sounding a little bit like a dick. But I need you, everybody that's listening, to be open-minded and understanding of what I'm saying. Okay? And this is just me being honest. All right? The show works because of the people that I bring on. And if I bring on people that people don't necessarily know, I have to do my job of making sure I promote it to where, people want to be interested. Okay? So I can't just bring on people. I've seen him. He's a dope DJ. But being a dope DJ doesn't translate into a great show. Does that make sense? So I'll keep watching him. I'm following him. I'll keep checking out his stream and everything. But right now, it doesn't make sense yet. Because I just it takes time. It takes time. And there are people that I have on my list that I need to get on first, because I'm still building this stream, I'm still building this channel. So I have to be very particular about whom I bring on, because I'm still building the channel. Nothing against him. He's a dope DJ, but there's more to it, than just, I want to just bring on random people. That's not what I'm trying to do here. That's all. At some point I will. So that's really the issue. That's all. Nothing against him or anybody else, because trust me when I tell you, I get people all the time like, hey, you should get my bro on the show. Hey, I want to be in your show. I think that I have something good that I want to talk about. And I'm just like, this isn't helping the stream. This is marketing yourself. And I'm not about marketing yourself. I mean, I am about marketing yourself, but I'm not bringing you on just so you can market yourself and get more followers or more product sales or whatever. If that's the case, I'm bringing on people that I really want to support, like I said, I mean, I talk about Jetpack Bags. I talk about Goat, Arabian Prince. Like, I talk about all these people who I know that have been down since day one and have been there for me just as much as I've been there for them. So I just want to make sure that it's being reciprocated. I'm real big on not being taken advantage of. And I know the drill. I think we all know the drill. When you're on there, people are like, hey, you should do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this doesn't sound like this helps me in any way. It sounds like it only helps you. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with helping you if you just say, I need some help. But a lot of people will spin it. Oh, you know what? This will be great for your community. Really? Sounds like it's only great for you. And it sounds like you're going to use my influence as a way to push your product. I'm not doing that. It's not my thing. And it will be obvious. Sure, I can BS like anybody. Trust me, I'm the king of BS. But when it comes to this channel, when it comes to what I'm doing, all you have is your word. And so I'm real big on that. Real big. All right, so let's take a look. All right, Waddy J in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you, man. Make sure you guys are following Waddy J. Make sure you're following Waddy J. He's a dope DJ. Just follow Waddy DJ. I wonder if Waddy J even thought about that. If he's like Waddy DJ. Just add the D in the middle, but put it like your name, like a D period, like Waddy DJ. I'm just saying. It's look. I got these all day. I'll send you a bill. All right. So real quick, I'm going to answer all these questions that I see sitting here right now, but I do want to point out that if you have a question, throw it in the chat with the hashtag ask right in front. Oh, I have so many great things I'm going to start instituting into this stream. I started working on some things last night, but no, it just didn't work out. But just some cool little things, some transitions, things like that. And I'm working off my Final Cut to be able to get in here. So I was hoping to do it today, but then last night with the kid in her mouth, and she's being very high maintenance yesterday, needy kid. So not a lot happened. I spent a lot of time playing Mario Kart. Speaking of Mario Kart, video games. So everybody knows I've been having this power issue with my house. So I'm on a mesh router system. There's a mesh router right over there. There's a mesh router. There is the main router. I use the Orbi system. Is connected in the middle of the room in our living room where the Xbox is. So there's Xbox, there's a TV, there's the router, Spectrum, blah, blah, blah. Over the last couple of days, I've been telling my son, hey man, don't play your Xbox while I'm streaming. Don't play your Xbox while your sister's on distance learning. And I said, because it's cutting off our internet. It's cutting off the breaker. And I know people in the chat were like, maybe you just need to get your panel fixed. I'm like, yeah, it's possible, but this is weird. This doesn't make sense. So I put a battery backup behind it, and the battery backup wouldn't work. It's weird, right? The battery backup would not work. It basically would just, the circuit would pop and nothing would happen. The internet would go down and everything. So yesterday I was, walking around and my son's playing video games, and then it turns the internet off again. I'm like, okay, first off, I told you not to play until we figured out, but whatever. All right, so let's figure this out right now. When I said, it's your Xbox that's popping the circuit. No, I think it's the router, blah, blah, blah. Too many people on Wi-Fi, kids and their theories. And I'm like, that's not the way electricity works. I have a feeling that it's your Xbox. And he's like, I'm not sure. I said, you know what? Let's start isolating out things. This is what we do as human beings, but also as DJs. Troubleshooting is probably one of the number one things. It's the number one skill you should have in DJing, because stuff's going to go down. You're going to need to be able to adjust on the fly very, very quickly. So what do we normally do when there's a problem with the electronics, when there's a problem with the system? Let's say power's not working, right? Or something's going on with the power. First thing you should do, check to make sure the breaker's on at the venue you're at. Check to make sure you're plugged into the wall at the venue you're at. So I said, you know what? If the Xbox is wrong, we have two Xboxes in the house. I have one we bought a long time ago. I don't use it. It's just been sitting there. So I said, okay, let's use my power's cord and make sure that your power is not screwing up. So, and that was also after we moved it from behind the power outlet, the backup. We moved it to a different wall. It's in the same room, but a different wall. And so we moved it, I should back up. So we moved it to the wall on the Xbox. We swapped out the power, and then the wall went out again on the new wall. Here's the kicker. The battery backup kicked on, so we didn't lose internet. It's weird, right? So I said, you know what? This is your Xbox. Your Xbox is surging. Something's going on with the electrical. So just you go ahead and use mine. I don't use it anymore. Just use mine. So we swapped it out, and I think we found the problem. It was only the Xbox. Something about the Xbox, faulty wiring, sending out bad energy, and we couldn't get it to work. So now, hopefully, we don't lose internet anymore. Hopefully. All right. B-Boy Charm says, do you prefer YouTube over Twitch, or does the platform even matter since you can stream across? Okay. I know I'm streaming to YouTube right now. I just felt like it. I've said this before, for my live shows, all Twitch. I actually prefer Twitch because, as far as communicating, it's probably the same on YouTube, but YouTube picks up anybody that's live. So, but Twitch, there are different types of people on both platforms. And, I don't know. Twitch is just a better platform for just live stuff. But they both do the same thing. They're both fine, but for my live stuff, I've made it a point to just say I only use Twitch for my live shows with an occasional YouTube. If I'm doing tech shows and not like interviews and Twitch related stuff, even though we'll probably talk about Twitch related stuff, I prefer to do both because I know that there are people on the YouTube side that, have an interest in this. Even though they're 17, and what I have to do is I have to turn on one little thing before I forget here. All right. So let's take a look at some questions. I know I didn't call anybody out today, but that's okay. We're trying to move fast here. I wish that the monetization on YouTube would actually just turn on automatically. I think that's the dumbest thing, that I have to turn on monetization. Because my other videos, YouTube does some silly things sometimes. I'm just gonna tell the truth. It's just sometimes you're like, what? You're not looking out for my best interest, but it is what it is. Okay. T Diesel. See, I hadn't even got there, and I knew that T Diesel would be on it. That's T Diesel is a DJ's DJ. L35 in the house. D Flow. We got all the people. Boy Charm, it's a Xbox, just the your standard Xbox. We did not buy the One or the Series X or any of that yet. We're still old school in it. He keeps talking about the PlayStation 5 because we don't even have a PS4. Like, I owned a PS3, I should say, for the sole purpose of playing Uncharted and The Last of Us. That's the only reason. So the only reason why I wanted a PS4 was because of The Last of Us Part 2. And I believe Uncharted is supposed to be coming there, but it'll be on 5 also. So he wants a PS5, but he only has like one friend that's on the PS5. So that's just kind of silly to me. So now, after I got this computer, guess what he wants? Guess what he wants? Yes, right. He wants to be able to play PC games with his friends. Just bought him a MacBook over quarantine in July for his birthday. And now he wants a PC. So the question is, I should almost sell his PC. I mean, I should sell his Mac. But that's not how we work here. I'd rather pass it off to my wife. All right. All right, let's see. DJ Mealy asks, has anyone demystified the Twitch search algorithm? Twitch does not have a search algorithm. That's the first thing you need to understand. There's absolutely no way anybody can say, hey, I want to learn about DJs, and click on search, and then like my tech show pops up for DJs. Which is funny because they actually have, there are search tags, but you're not really searching on Twitch. You go through the categories. They do need to develop a much better algorithm. That's the whole point of YouTube. YouTube, you search something even within your standard browser, and my YouTube video pops up. So you click on that. That's why. Twitch is struggling with that part. All right. Okay. So no, yes and no, Waddy. I'm using this right now as a glorified, better version of my internet and the browser. So I'm actually not using. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. So this is the ATEM going into the computer, which is then I'm using StreamYard. I technically don't need to use StreamYard because, like I said, I'm only supposed to be single streaming. But yeah, so I'm going to do so next week. So next week, I'm gonna start doing some test streams, solely with this. I just need to add up my background videos, graphics, and all that stuff. Hey, by the way, John P, don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt me. Within a month, I will be that guy. I will be. I used to build PCs a long time ago, so it's not like I'm, completely ignorant in PC stuff. It's just, it's just taking a step into the now today. All right. Vishnu Vaid says, I am a college senior. Make sure you put the ask in so I know it's a question. I'm a college senior. This was supposed to be my breakout year in doing house parties and clubs. Do you have any tips on how I can get started gigging? Yes. The easiest tip you'll ever hear. Tell your friends. Tell all of your friends that you DJ. You are a DJ with equipment. You tell all your college friends. And anytime they have a little get together, they will pull you in. Tell all of your friends that, hey, hopefully you guys end up having some sort of a large ending, since kids aren't getting vaccinated. Well, but you're an adult, so you should be getting vaccinated. Hopefully you'll have a kind of end of semester bang, because people will start to get vaccinated. And hopefully by May, maybe that's not an issue anymore, and then you can have a party. But tell your friends. Start there. Start with friends. Start with family. At this point, it's really the only way that works. Also, start promoting yourself on your Facebook. If you have Twitch, I know you're on YouTube right now, but either or, start recording your mixes live. And obviously with YouTube, there's a little more allowance depending on the type of music you play. And start letting people know. That's why Twitch is so big right now, because people are DJing all the time. Start letting people know, hey, come watch me. I'll be DJing on Twitch from 3 to 5. And at that point, people start to see you. Your family and friends will start to know you. They'll start to recommend you. Even if you haven't had a single gig yet, they'll be like, my son's a DJ. Yeah, my friend's a DJ. He'll do it. He'll do it for cheap. That's the best ways. Okay. Let's see here. Today it's only, I'm not using OBS today. I am not even using I was going to use the virtual cam from OBS and then run everything, as you can see here. You probably can't see here. I got my Stream Deck activated again, and it has one scene. Don't be jealous. So I'm going to be working on that. It's Thursday. I don't have a show Friday. I'll work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My son and I will probably do a show. I don't know yet. Maybe Saturday. Maybe we'll bring a father and son back. We'll see. All he wants to do is like scratch though, and I'm like, that's not really very entertaining for everybody out there. So we're still working on. We're developing the concept. Okay, let's see here. Ben Bowden asks, or is it Bowden? Could be Bowden. I think it's Bowden. Huge fan from UK. I'm a tractor DJ and love this program. Not sure if I should go for tractor hardware or go for a Pioneer that can hook into tractor's features. Okay. This is what I will say about tractor. And I've never used tractor, so full disclosure. But from what I understand, from what I hear, it's a great sounding and feature-rich application, but it doesn't have a lot of support across the board. I know they've been working on allowing some of that. So here's my thing about tractor. If you want to be tractor, that's fine. If you are, for instance, like, a mobile guy, or your venue requires you to bring your own stuff, then I'm fully for you using whatever application works for you. But if you are a DJ that doesn't use your own equipment, that has ideas of going to clubs that have their own equipment, I think it's a better scenario if you just make sure that you can work all the different types of hardware. So if the Pioneer can hook into tractor's features cleanly, and there's an actual real relationship, not just, oh look, the jog wheels work, but like all the buttons and the effects and everything work, I would go with something that can be transferred into something else in the event that, tractor just stops being supported. I'm a big fan of knowing different applications. That way, if you have to do something, if you have to change, you can. People get stuck on this one thing. Oh, I'm this for life. Like, that's fine. But what happens if this for life dies? Or what happens if this for life isn't available to you at that time? What are you gonna do then? You're gonna be that guy? Because look, it's like a guitar. All right. I have several guitars here, and I play on those guitars. Everything's fine. I go to somebody else's guitar, and I am not as comfortable. The things just don't feel right. I was on 916 Junglist yesterday, and they were talking about computers, and he was using somebody else's computer, and it just didn't feel right. It's okay to learn new products, even if you don't use them. It's okay to know how they work. That way, if you need them, they're available to you. Like I said, I keep Virtual DJ on my computer in the event that Serato or Record Box, whatever I'm using, isn't working. And I know that I have a backup of Virtual DJ. Now, people will say, well, if you know that Virtual DJ works with everything, you should just use Virtual DJ and just cut out the middleman. Sure, that's an option. But for me, I like Virtual DJ, but it's not home for me. It's not home base. So I'm a Serato guy. I'm a Serato guy with Virtual DJ side piece. Yeah, side piece. All right. DJ Mealy, StreamYard. That's what I'm using. Yeah. And I know that at least with OBS, they're starting to become highlight modules that are being built like with Google Chrome and things like that. So maybe it's a matter of time where I don't need this unless I'm doing an interview. I don't know. Steve Disco Newsom in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Make sure you're following Disco. He's got a great show, and his show is blowing up. He's got world-renowned producers and artists in his chat like, "You're the man, Steve." They don't say it like that, but if they could, that's how they'd sound. Let's see what else we got here. All right. You know what? What happens is I'm going from the bottom and I'm going up. So yeah, you're going to see things that pop up. All right, let's see here. 7F Electron. I'm sure it's like, no, that's like Stan. 7F is Stan. I don't even know. Have you had time to work with the Phase wireless remote any further? I don't need to work with it any further. It works. I know people were having some issues with the problem is I haven't updated the PC. I already updated it on the Mac. It's pretty much flawless now. There is no drift on the HID version. like whatsoever. If there is, I mean, look, it's still wireless transmission. So maybe like before, you could guarantee a drift of at least like if you're looking at a clock and you got your 12, 1, so on and so forth. If you were to do beat juggles or anything consistent for a long period of time, now I'm not saying like 10 minutes, I'm saying for like 2-3 minutes. If I'm juggling a thing 2 to 3 minutes, you would see that 12 o'clock either go to around 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock by the time you were done with the juggle. Now, it's like, if it does move, it's like 12:02. Like, it's pretty much dead near perfect. Like, and this is one of the things that I think people need to understand, especially with Phase and some of their original quality control issues. Some of the Phase units just aren't sane. Like they have their own tolerances. So I've always had a little bit of an issue with one of my phases, and I actually have a completely brand new phase box sitting over there that I haven't touched. I should probably do that before it's like it doesn't work anymore. So I always had one phase that was always a little more off than the other. And after I went HID mode, both of them pretty much cleared itself. But if I did have any issue, like I said, the 12:02, it was coming from that off phase. So I don't think it's a product of the HID mode. I think it's just a product of the original quality control for some of the phases. But it's negligible. Negligible. You like that word? That's a great word. Something to do about nothing says, there's tutorials, they got effects or tracks loaded. Are there any walkthroughs for beginners? Is there any one to troubleshoot the process? Did I miss something here? I feel like something has been talking before, hopefully, because I don't know what to troubleshoot because, yeah, I'm not going to talk about how much I charge for Silent Disco. I think everybody's got a number. I can tell you the average because it depends on how you want to charge. You can charge for a maximum amount, meaning like, okay, if you rent my Silent Disco, you have up to 50 headphones, no matter what, and you pay a specific price. Or you have somebody else that's like, okay, well, if every headphone is this much with a minimum of this. Where'd my stream? So this is weird. So this little Wi-Fi signal is popping up. If you're on Wi-Fi, I'm getting an unstable connection. Started with another one of my apps, but I just did a stream. Let me look at my stream here. Let's share it real quick. I know my daughter's on distance learning. So let's see. Let's see what my internet is up to now. Download has never been the problem. It's always the upload. All right, see? So my internet is great. Why am I getting unstable connections on my StreamYards notifying me? Why is that the case? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Okay, so how much do I charge? It just depends. I mean, most people, the average is like $10 to $20 a headphone, and then they have their minimums, or it's $10 to $20 maybe when they rent less headphones. The price is $20. When they rent more headphones, the price drops down a sliding scale, like $15, $10, depending on how you price it out. But I can't tell you what your price should be, because your price depends on a lot of other things. Your respect in the community, what your business model is right now. Are you only trying to do silent DJ only, or are you trying to add that to your standard DJ? Like, there's a lot of little things that that come into play. You know, like I can charge less because I can make it a part of a package, and I can charge more, and people are like, well, you're already doing everything else for me. You might as well do that too. So there's this gray area that you're gonna have to work through. Okay, let's see here. I had AT&T. AT&T was garbage for me. Garbage. It's not, the internet itself was really good when it worked, but like every third day I would have to reset the modem every third day. Not just like, no, every single third day I'd have to reset it. So I had to get away from it because it just wasn't enough, you know, but it had the best upload for a base package ever. The downloads were horrible. It was like, I think the download you had to pay for it was like 50 down. But it gave you like a dedicated 20. So, which is weird though, because it's giving me this little wireless notification, but wireless is off. So it's saying it's pulling it from the, it's weird. It's weird. Hopefully, how's the quality, guys? Is the quality okay? Looks like I'm frozen. Yeah. I honestly can't figure out why it's doing this. But something is causing it. That's funny. Yeah. Anyway, we'll work through it today, guys. We'll work through it. Let's remove this, because the show must go on. All right. Disco DJ Scojo says, do you use a wireless speaker system for speakers across the large room? If so, what brand? I have not, but I was going to buy, I can't think of it right now. It's a name brand wireless XLR. I just don't know the name at the moment. We'll have to look it up. It's pretty expensive though. It's like, it's around, I think it's around $250 for one, you know, and you typically need two. So that's always a little bit of an issue. Yeah, no files in my area. So fabulous. None whatsoever. I would have been on it. Yeah. Thank you, Waddy. And this is in 720. I was going to do 1080. I'm glad I didn't do 1080 today. I'm actually glad, because that might have been damage. Yes, wireless XLRs definitely exist, and they work with Sennheiser. Thank you, T Diesel. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sennheiser makes them. I was actually gonna purchase a couple of them for my Denon Prime Go, so I could get a battery powered speaker and just do true wireless events in some cases. Yeah. DJ 3 p.m. Throw it in the chat. Throw in the chat which one you're using. Let us know. Yeah, I think I need to contact Sennheiser. See if they'll send me one. All right, let's see here. Let's travel back up. Okay. DJ Mealy asks, what's the max of USB cameras you can run for streaming, and what is the limiting factor? Okay, so good question. There is actually no limit to the amount of USB cameras you can run. You can run as many as your computer will allow. The bottleneck is your computer. The bottleneck is your graphics card, your processor, everything. In order to run, you know, unlimited cameras, you're gonna have to have an unlimited computer, and that doesn't exist. So for the most part, I would say most people, even at max, will run 3 to 4 cameras maximum. And your graphics card, your processor is going to have to support that. That's when you have to get a beefier graphics card in order to run them without putting too much pressure on your processors. I typically run a 3 camera setup with the ATEM. And it's not necessarily, I have an overhead cam, I got the front cam, And I had a side cam, which I'm going to reinvest in because I'm going to buy a new front cam with better autofocus and then slide my G9 over to like here, or I might put it up there. I haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, so I do 3 cams. I think 3 cams is fine. 4 cams is the max I would ever do because it's a little bit of overkill in my book. But I would say most people don't do more than 4 cams. But yeah, computer's a limiting factor unless you're using the ATEM and then all the processing is done within the ATEM, and then you're just literally switching cams in between. So like, hey, look at that. I forgot Serato was still plugged in. So the ATEM will do all that. Okay. TD's asked, do you rent Spectrum modems? So yes, the modem itself is Spectrum, and then it heads into the Orbeez, and the Orbeez handle everything else. But yeah, I do rent a Spectrum modem. I could buy one, but when you looked at the prices, it was actually really unnecessary for what I was doing. So, but I might still buy one. Maybe that'll prevent some of the issues. But who knows? Okay. Let's see here. Silver Hilt asks, I have turntables and my entry to DVS Serato was the Newmark Scratch. I really like it, but I'm two-handed with such a baby mixer. Okay. I don't know that the Newmark Scratch is a baby mixer. I think the Newmark Scratch has an incredible crossfader, and a lot of people use the Newmark Scratch. DJ Audio 1 uses the Newmark Scratch. Never stopped him. Honestly, I wouldn't even think about what people are saying. The Newmark Scratch is a very, very good mixer. You're good. Have you ever thought of having a second internet connection? No, because I non-working DJ can have 2 internet connections. But that would be dope though. If I had like my own dedicated internet just in this room. Woo! Talk about speed, man. Okay. DJ Immaculate says, do you know if there are software effects options for Rekordbox with a mic connected to the DDJ 1000 via XLR? Yeah. Wait, options for Rekordbox. What I need to know what controller you were using. But if you're talking about like routing the effects through Rekordbox and then back out into the world, not in the software, it's in the hardware. But I'll have to ask my guy Drew on that, since he would know better than anybody here. All right. You know what? It's all bundled together, 3 p.m. So basically, I think, we have cable TV. I think we pay around $160 total with TV, maybe $170. Look, everybody knows how Spectrum is. It's like, okay, this is your price. And then 6 months later, it creeps up like $10. And then 6 months later, creeps up like $30. So I don't really know. I think we're paying around $170, $180, somewhere around there at the moment, until they raise the rates, and then I gotta call and bitch and yell and threaten to leave, and then they bring my rates down again. I love the games we have to play. Electron. I use Photoshop on a daily basis for all my YouTube stuff. I use Photoshop. What else do I use? Lightroom. I do use Lightroom sometimes. Although I haven't really been taking a lot of pictures, so I haven't been using Lightroom as much. But Photoshop, definitely. Although I might move over to what is that? That company that makes really cheap but affordable products. What is that company? It's gonna bother me. That's why I'm looking at it. Affinity. So Affinity Photo has their own version of Lightroom and their own version of Photoshop, but it only costs like $60 for it as opposed to paying a monthly fee. Now, I will say this for people that are always, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to pay monthly fees. I especially don't want to pay Adobe's monthly fee. You get a lot for the monthly fee that they charge, in all honesty. And, people will say that there are alternatives to Photoshop or Photoshop is stagnant. I disagree. I think Photoshop, the ease of use, once you understand it anyway, the ease of use for that particular thing, I love it. It's got so many tools that make it so much easier to do things. Now, I know Affinity does it too, but it's hard for me to leave Photoshop. Really, really hard, in all honesty. Okay. D-Flow says, considering streaming on Twitch also, I have 2 Canon God damn it. This thing is so stupid today. It's really annoying seeing a Wi-Fi notification that's describing my signal when I'm not even on Wi-Fi. That's really annoying to me. There is no signal strength. I'm not on Wi-Fi. So I don't know why it's giving me that. It's going a little crazy today. And I even turned off the internet just to kind of make sure. Yep, turned off. Anyway, okay. Back to D-Flow, sorry. All right, I have a Canon T3i. 2 of them, want to set them up for streaming. How can I configure this as my setup and switch cameras on the fly? That's OBS. OBS or the ATEM. You basically what you're doing is you're creating separate scenes for each camera. So you have one camera that's shooting this way, one camera that's shooting down, and you have a scene 1 for the front, scene 2 for the down. Pro tip, make sure your audio card is in every one of the scenes. Because what you don't want is switching over and all of a sudden you have dead audio because you forgot to transfer that over. But the T3Is, I think they have USB connection now. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I don't have an option for scanning headphones to check them out and check them in. I've been using my iPad. All of my headphones have numbers. So basically, when you assign them, you take their, whatever ID or their name or whatever. Look, and by the way, none of that stuff works. I was about to say that, the other word, but none of that stuff works. You can have a person's driver's license. You could have their Rolex watch and they will leave that headphone somewhere halfway through the party. It's just the way some people are, So, anyway, but once you tell the people that, the client is responsible and you announce it to everybody before you start sending them out, you get a little more responsibility. Because for whatever reason, people think that the headphones, they can just take out and do what they want with. Anyway. Okay. Johnny Dynamite says, what do you do with old gear you no longer use? I really have 15 old school trash mixers. Okay. That's a very good question. So prior to us closing down the studio, the warehouse, the office, whatever you want to call it, we had, 6 Rain 62 mixers, 2 57s, 3 S9s, a couple of 1000s, and we were literally about to just sell the 57s and the 62s because I would love to be able to continue to use the 62, but most people can't use it anymore. No matter what, they plug in, it doesn't work. So we have to get rid of them. You can try to sell them. Most people don't want to buy old stuff, but throw them up and see what happens. Sell them for cheap. Somebody out there is rocking a Windows 98 computer and needs a 57. It does happen. Okay. Let's see here. check YouTube for how check YouTube. I think I will. Thank you. Check YouTube for how to use the StreamYard's chat feature with OBS. Oh, so they have a little plugin. I see. Is what you're saying. That's dope. That's dope. Because that's the only reason why I even have this up. Oh wait, I think I saw that video on the StreamYard. It wasn't as clean as I'd like it to be. I know exactly what you're saying though. I've seen that video. Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe, but it's still not. It's not as clean. I need it to be a little easier. Here's a look. I don't have secondary person in a lot of the interviews. I don't want to spend too much time having to like jerry rig something else. Okay. Adam Clark says, I recently upgraded to a 1000 from the 400 and have started getting a popping sound when I mix. It's making my recorded mixes unlistenable and I'm at my wit's end. Okay. So I have personally seen the popping sound on the 1000. Let me ask you before I say this. Is this popping sound, are you using Rekordbox or are you using Serato? Stupid Wi-Fi signal. I don't know if people understand how frustrating it is to have a Wi-Fi signal when you're not connected to Wi-Fi. Like I don't know if you guys can really feel how annoyed I am right now. Okay. So Adam Clark, question is, are you using Rekordbox? Because I've only experienced popping using Rekordbox with it. So let me know in the chat. Okay. All right, let's scroll down to the bottom and come back up again. Best turntables not named Techniques. Okay, so the funny thing is they're all Techniques. They're all using basically the open source schematics of the 1200s when they basically licensed it. So they're all just OEM versions of Techniques. Underneath this table, there is a PLX 1000s underneath. The reloops RPs are really, really good. I've even heard the Audio Technicas are good. I don't think you're gonna have an issue with any direct drive system right now at all. Yeah, I'm not doing that today, and you have dance and stuff, man. You need to pick a different deck. That's my son trying to DJ today. Okay. DJ Gator says, or the Gator, is it really a big deal if I can't have those fancy backgrounds when I stream? Room is too small for a green screen. Absolutely not. Not a big deal whatsoever. Use what you have first. Utilize all the things you have, and then maybe if you want to do some things, change it up. Maybe you want to paint the wall green instead of trying to put something behind it. That way you have more control. But there are several people that aren't using backgrounds and they have very successful streams. You can also do some things on the other end where you have your screen, your normal screen, but put all the backgrounds and moving stuff outside of it. Shrink your screen. Can't talk today. Shrink your main cam down, crop it down, and not even crop it, legitimately shrink it down in OBS, and then have your visuals working around it, and then frame it nicely so it looks super clean. But there's so many options. You do not need to have. I DJ'd for the longest time because with the ATEM with no background screen, just this and some clever lighting when they're charged, as they are not charged. But yeah. Yeah, so that's the problem. The Canon software kind of sucks. You're just gonna have to work through it. If you're using a cam link, if you're using any type of hardware video card, now you really have to make sure that your graphics card is decent, because for every found my in-ears. God damn it. They weren't there yesterday. There's no way. There's no way my in-ears were there, because my dicers, if you guys missed the show yesterday with DJ Scene, my dicer box was over there. I just picked up my dicer box My headphones were there. Okay. By the way, anybody used to watch the new Twilight Zones? There was a scene. There was an episode called The Minutemen, and every minute, there were like construction crews. Damn Wi-Fi. They fell into this middleman. Hold on, I'm waiting for the Wi-Fi signal to disappear because I'm feeling like I'm frozen. I guess we're good. Maybe. So these people woke up in this middleman scenario and they're trying to get out of it. And the whole point of the story I'm trying to say is, you ever get, they had an answer for anybody that like, you know, had their keys and then they're like, I can't find my keys. Where are my keys? And then you get that statement, it was in the last place I looked. Obviously. Of course it was, because, you know, if it wasn't, then you would have looked there. So they had this thing where the construction people would move things on accident sometimes, and you look back, and then because you can't see that dimension, your keys are gone. And then they realize and put it back. You go back to the same place where you thought they were supposed to be in the first place, and now they're there. That's what I feel about these headphones. Because they weren't there yesterday. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. But yeah, so cam links, all those video card converters suck the processor power or the graphics power out of your computer. So just make sure you're prepared for that. Okay. Techo says, using a DDJ 1000 as my mixer for 2 turntables also. Should I pay for the RB6 subscription or should I get a mixer? And which one would you recommend? Do you realize how many mixers are out there? Like, it's not even something I can even... So I would say, I'm just going to keep talking, and if I freeze up, I freeze up. I would say if you're on Rekordbox and you want to stay on Rekordbox, just make sure you buy a mixer that's going to support everything, you know, which means that you can drop down to the S7. You can even drop down to some of the Magville, what is it, the 450, which is a pretty cheap mixer. It lacks cue points and things like that, but as far as the hardware is concerned, it's decent. But the question is, what are you using your turntables for? Are you using those as your main DJing? Like you're DJing off the turntables? So if you have that, then what's the point of the DDJ 1000? Are you trying to learn? See, there's so many like little questions that I don't know that makes it hard for me to actually give you anything specific. Okay. OP says, if you turn off the internet, how are you streaming? Because there's such a thing as wired. I'm wired in right now. You don't need Wi-Fi for streaming. You just need to have an internet connection. So my computer is wired into the router. Okay. Thank you, Wadi. All right, so I'll just keep talking then. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? Gemini, here are the facts. Shit is fast in general. Okay, like I work off my MacBook Pro 16, and I don't ever have to wait for Photoshop to finish what it's supposed to be doing, because stuff is fast in general. So it's almost like, okay, look. This is an iPad Pro, right? iPad Pro, the processor was rated to be like one of the fastest processors, even faster than the Intel processors at the time. Like faster than like 2016 MacBook Pros. Okay, from a processor standpoint. But here's the thing. So every time they're like, oh, this thing is blazing fast. Rarely do I turn on something and have to wait for something to render or to process or whatever. This iPad, as much power as it is, there's only so much human speed, human time you can wait for it. So the M1 is a beast, but the question always becomes, how much does it really affect your time? Are we talking, hey, look, I applied 12 filters and it used to take me 18 seconds. Now it takes me 14 seconds. Is that 4 seconds really gonna change your life? You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for the M1s. The M1s are gonna be great, but come on. How fast do you need stuff to be? You know, you're still bottlenecked by everything else, not just the processor. SSDs, external hard drives, RAM, like all these little things still come into play. So I've never touched a computer where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe how fast this is compared to. It's always just a little faster. In reality, the M1s, even though they're super fast, it's more important the ability to be able to use that speed, okay, for long periods of time. Like you can take an M1 computer and have it unplugged for 3 or 4 days and still do the normal things you do, and you don't kill the battery. That's the biggest takeaway from the M1 processor. That you get all that power and you don't have to plug it in. And it doesn't get super hot. That's the reason that you'd want to buy this chip, in my opinion. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Affinity is good. They do some dumb things that I feel like I have to go through multiple pages to get to like one trick, but it does get the job done. Capture one a shot. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. That's funny, Loco Lopez. Oh, God. Yeah, this is very, very true. True School, I don't love Canva. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool for what they offer, but it's not strong. It's not powerful enough for me. Canva to me is more of a font creation and a font styling than it is everything else. But Canva is cool. It is cool. I've seen GIMP. Meh. Nothing wrong with GIMP, but I started using Affinity and I like it. I do like it. I prefer Photoshop, but I know GIMP has been around for a long time. Look, and I mean, it's not even just that. The MacBook, there's also, what is the big one on Mac? Oh, I can't think of it right now, but it's optimized for Mac. It's a great program, and it's beautiful to look at too. I can't think of what it is. I don't have my MacBook right next to me. If I did, I would tell you what it is, but it's kind of a standard for Mac also. All right, let's travel down. Again, we're going top down. Pause. Pixelmator. Thank you. See, all I have to do is wait and somebody will answer. Pixelmator is a great program. Great program. At the time that I was using Pixelmator, like I didn't buy the brand new version of it. I have the because now they have two versions. They have like the one that you could buy, and then you have like the really good one. And I don't have the really good one, but I know Pixelmator's good. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I agree. Canva is good. Okay. Marcos asks, is there an alternative to DJ pools? What's the best approach to getting music? This sounds like one of those shady ones, like the ones you find on Reddit. Like, hey, is there anywhere I can get like a hard drive full of music? Is there a different way besides pools? And I know it's not you per se. Here's the facts. Record pools are record pools for a reason. It's the ability for a DJ, a professional, to be able to get music, a lot of music for a little bit of money. You know, and record pools aren't cheap. I mean, they're still $30 to $50 a month per record pool. But besides streaming, like getting the beat source link or, you know, title, besides that, you still need to have your own music. So if you're not doing record pools, the option is to buy your music. So go the iTunes route, go the Amazon Music route, go the Beat Source, Beatport route, and Beat Source, and buy your music by the song. You know, $1.29 a piece. It gets pretty expensive. So if not saying that everybody needs to have a record pool every month per se, but I think if you're getting started, or you're like a midline and you're DJing, but like maybe you don't have all this stuff, record pools definitely work. You know, as I'm thinking about it, the amount of money that we pay in record pools, because we have what do we have here? Record pools, DJ City. I was gonna say Beatport, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm a little brain dead today, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't eaten, I'm just consuming. BPM Supreme, there we go. BPM Supreme, I'm also with DMS. But if you actually do the math, let's say you get to a level of mine, you know, where you would say you have, you know, all the music, okay? And you're only looking for like 4 or 5 songs every month, or maybe you're looking for, you know, whatever, 20 songs. When you start to do the math, you have to think about how much it's going to cost. So it might cost you $20 to $25 for those 20 songs on iTunes or Amazon Music, but you're not paying that $30 to $50. So there is a threshold that you probably need to look into versus buying versus keeping a record pool going. If you're the middle and you're downloading music, you know, if you download 50 songs from a record pool, you've recouped your cost. Okay. But like for me, I probably don't need record pools per se anymore. You know, especially right now during the pandemic. I mean, I'm not downloading, you know, hundreds of songs from record pools anyway. When you start to get to a level and you're doing like multiple parties, or maybe you're doing 2 and 3 a weekend, and you have all these people that are asking for different kinds of music. So let's say if every event, and you do 2 parties a weekend, you know, every event asks for 10 songs that you don't have for whatever reason, you know, and you can get them from the record pool, not just have the record pool, but you can actually get the songs that are being requested from the record pool. Let's say 10, that's 20 a week, that's 80 a month. So the record pool has paid for itself. It's actually cheaper to have the record pool versus buying your music. But if people are asking for, you know, John Denver and Barbra Streisand and, you know, Mandy Patinkin, and I know I'm just throwing names out there right now, and you can't find them on your record pools, and you got to buy them anyway, you got to figure out how it works. All right, I think that was pretty clear. I might actually have to use that one I might have to cut that out and use it on a video. Yeah, Barty, I'm actually hearing through the rumors that the new 16 will have an SD card slot and maybe HDMI out. They're going to bring it back on the new 16. But like for what I'm doing, buying a brand new Mac has absolutely, now it had nothing to do with what I use it for. So let's say I use my Mac to DJ, but right now I'm using the XMG. So this works. But let's say I'm using my Mac to DJ and do video stuff, video mixing, all that stuff. The XMG doesn't hold a candle to video mixing because it lacks a proper graphics card. All right. So my MacBook is definitely better. If I'm doing Final Cut stuff, if I'm doing that kind of stuff. Well, then yeah, having a Mac with a better graphics card with more processor power definitely works. But technically, I got a beast of a graphics card in here, and I could use DaVinci Resolve. So I guess what I'm saying, absolutely amazing, and I'm not sure it'll get there. I mean, it'll get there over time, but I'm just not sure that like a new 16 comes out with an SD card slot when I've gotten away from using SD card slots is going to matter to me. You know, that's all. Anyway, but regardless, it'll be a beast. And what's going to win them over is because the biggest question mark for any of these MacBooks is, what are they going to put in for graphics cards? Are they going to use their own? Are they going to use off the shelf? Are they going to go NVIDIA? I said NVIDIA. You know, are they going to use it? There's so many things. And if you could use that for streaming and not just use all your processing, because I know some people are using the M1s for streaming right now, but they're going to burn their processors out. That's guaranteed. But if you're using it for streaming and it has a great graphics card, different story. But Apple has not ever wanted to put in a gaming graphics card. Never been their thing. Ever. So we'll have to wait and see. All right. No, Jorge. Never. I haven't used wireless. There still isn't a reliable wireless headphone on the market yet. So no. I was using my Shure 535 in-ears, which I just had, which are these. So yeah, rocking the in-ears. I don't always rock the in-ears. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's weird. Sometimes with in-ears, sound is perfect, but sometimes your head just doesn't want to translate what's going on in your in-ears. DJ Alpha Music in the house. What's going on? Hey, Alpha Music. Jetpack bags. If you are not rocking the latest and greatest in the revolution of jetpack bags, you are truly missing out. I love my jetpack bags. I'm actually going to give away. I'm gonna give away, not this bag, although I do want to get a bag with color on it. I might end up buying another bag because I want this to pop more. I didn't think when I sent it in that they could actually make a color logo. That was me being dumb. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give away my bags. So I have this bag with the gray logo. I have another bag with my traditional logo, with my old logo. So that I'm gonna gift out. I haven't figured out exactly when I'm gonna do it. I might make it a YouTube thing, but I'm definitely gonna surprise people with some prizes. Yeah. Oh, Alpha. Okay, I will. I'll do that, man. I'll do that. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. So I've had bad experience with in-ears. Got tinnitus after a nightclub. Never again using them. I get that. And for a moment, you really do have to. It takes a minute to get used to in-ears. I use. Well, obviously, I have my AirPods Pros, which are probably the best feeling in-ears that they make. Apple makes some really good in-ears. It'd be nice if they'd make an in-ear with a wire, but that'll never happen. So I use these, and the funny thing is, I've been so lazy. I've had plenty of opportunities to get this one replaced. So one of mine, let's see where I am here. Let's see if you can. This is not going to go well. Okay. So one of my headphones right here, I stepped on and broke off this piece. So I actually need to get a new piece, which I will, but I use the Comply, with however you want to pronounce them. These are the standard gels. They're not silicone. They're actually foam, and you squeeze them in, and then when they expand, they form fit to your ears. So I don't get that same pain that a lot of other people get. I will tell you this: a lot of people don't realize what in-ears, especially because they watch on TV or movies, and the performers are literally like taking them out all the time and putting them back in. Like that is not for the average person. That will seriously hurt your ears. In-ears are designed to be put in your ears, and then they remain in your ears. You don't take them out unless you have to, and usually that's like at the end of the night. So when I put my in-ears in, as long as I don't keep popping them in and out, I've never had an issue with my in-ear. It's only when people are doing that you introduce outside elements, I would say. But as far as sound wise, the SE535s are still to this day some of my favorite in-ears. But in-ears serve a purpose. Sometimes, first off, you don't have to blast the sound into your ears. So you're protecting your ears. That's why most people will go in-ears. Yeah. So as I was just saying, and Alpha just said it. So that's the problem with people. People want to like bump their stuff, so they turn it up super loud, and then it hurts your ears. My in-ears, I barely run. They're in there, but they are, I don't want to say they're super quiet. They're just loud enough, and then I don't have any issues whatsoever. But yeah, you have to be careful with in-ears because you can hurt yourself. But as long as you're not outputting too much noise, I've been fine. I know everybody's different, and there are some people that just can't wear in-ears too. Like that exists. It just doesn't work for them, and that's why you got overheads. The Elo show. What do you mean? So the Kirkland, we tried to buy the Kirkland vitamin water, in all honesty, because what do you mean? How much are they per? We're buying the Kirkland ones, and we bought them, and my wife's like, "You're not gonna like them." Like, oh, come on, it's the same stuff. And she's like, "Yeah, but it has Splenda in it, and it's not the same." So I'm drinking it, and she's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, it's fine, not a big deal. She's like, gotta go with the original. Still waiting for my vitamin water sponsorship. Real DJ Rick says, I don't use earphones while I'm in the club. At all? Like, you don't use headphones? Okay. Okay. Let's go back up here. Kings and Queen Entertainment. All right, fam. I'll see you in a minute. 1:36. Okay. It might be time to buy a new pair of headphones. I'm just saying. Barty Cut's got molded earplugs to protect my hearing. Yeah, that's smart. Just in time to spend a year in the house. Yeah, we all have those wired headphones. I know people that DJ with the Apple wired headphones. I don't know how they do it. I've tried, like in a pinch, like, I'll just use these. Sounded like crap. All right. Marco says, ask RAM or GPU, which upgrade will improve PC performance better? What are we talking about? Are we talking about for streaming? If we're talking about for streaming, then the GPU is far more important. If we're talking about like your everyday work, the RAM is going to be more important. So it just depends on what you're using it for. T Diesel, I will answer that for Alpha. It depends on the bag. Some bags can be replaced, other bags cannot. The snaps, specifically, it's on the bag, so you have to literally just replace the bag itself. But some of them have little slide-in things where you just replace the one piece. It just depends on the bag. All right, let's see here. Oh, Jetbag Alpha, wait till I get my OBS working exactly the way I want to. You just wait. We're gonna have fun on this show. This is gonna be a show. Never mind. Forgot my question. I'll just go to YouTube. Oh, I didn't see it. So if you want to ask it again. Because I did not see it in the first place. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you do. I'm not gonna answer that because I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. All right, let's see here. Monitor for me. I get this impression that DJ Chems didn't get his answer as fast as he wanted to. If you didn't, sorry, pal. There's a lot of people on here, and the system doesn't work as good as it should sometimes. I look. I don't need sync, because I think one of the things that people need to realize is that if you have everything set up properly, meaning you have your music, you got your cue points, you've mixed this music all the time, you got your set list for the club. Technically speaking, most people don't really need to use their headphones. Like when I'm just mixing and going through a set and working out a set in my head, I don't use my headphones. I play everything live, and then I go and I start to use the headphones, and then it actually can mess you up a little bit because you're hearing it differently, direct. It's one of those weird things. But if you know your music, you can pretty much DJ without headphones if you know your music well enough, even without even using the sync. Because in all honesty, I mean, it's not like you can't just like look over and say, okay, this beat's at 95. And then when you load your new song, let's say it's 92, just moving the pitch fader up, and then it shows you that it's at 95. Your Q.1 or Q.2 are the start of your 16 beat intro. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people will try to hate on people that aren't using their headphones, but if you're a real DJ and you practice, you probably don't even need your headphones. Okay. 3 PM asks, when was the last time you had to use headphones as a microphone? A long time. I'm talking like years, like a super long time. Okay. So the problem, Husky, was not the in-ears. This is going to sound weird. The problem wasn't in-ears. It was the in-ears you were using. Certain in-ears don't have the best sound isolation. Like these SE535 with complete tips, like I said, you squeeze them down, you push them in, the foam will expand into your ear canal. It's practically dead silent out there. Dead silent. So the problem is just the specific in-ears you were using, or maybe the tips. because you shouldn't be hearing anything in your in-ears if done correctly. All right, let's see here. All right. All right. For a long time before he actually bought a microphone. So it's definitely possible. Definitely. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Adam Clark asks, all right, in reference to the popping sound, yes, I'm using record boxes. They're fixed using an HP Envy, 12 gigs, Intel 7. So here's the funny thing, or not funny thing. It's completely random for me when it doesn't work properly, when the pops happen. Like, it always tends to happen when I update to the software, and all of a sudden it'll introduce the pops, and then I'll update to a new version of the software, and the pops go away. It's the weirdest thing. I don't have an answer. I would say it's processor, but like, this is on my, my i9 8 core that it would introduce popping. So I don't have an answer. I will ask my guy and see, but it's definitely software, not hardware related. I mean, it is hardware related because it seems to happen the most on a DJ 1000, but it's because of the software, not the hardware. One option that you could do is download either Virtual DJ or DJ Pro and see if you still have pops on the 1000. If you don't have pops, it's software related. Okay. I got that, Keith. I got that. And Alpha, I don't even know that it's modern music that's quantized. I just think you just have to know your music. I think a lot of people don't know their music. Like, I know that if I'm mixing Let's Go classics like 70s where they had live drummers, and I'm mixing in like Shake Your Groove thing and like Ring My Bell, I know that during the transition of Ring My Bell, around the 6th beat of the transition, the drummer takes a huge dip and I have to overcompensate for him. And then the drummer realizes he's out of time, pulls it back, and then I got to pull it back down. I know that about that song. I don't need headphones to hear it going off. So what I'm saying is, if you know your music, you could be okay in a pinch. Okay, let's see here. What do I think about the Serato X Phase beta? I think Serato definitely still has some issues with the software itself in the beta. I'm not talking about anything else. But the phase integration is amazing. Amazing. Best. This is like one of those best operating system things. Like, once phase goes out of beta, it's gonna completely change the way people use phase. Completely. Yeah, everybody knows about Ring My Bell. Okay. Yeah, so Gemini, everybody does it differently. I'm not a computer watcher. I never have been. So I don't even, in theory, I don't even need to have waveforms up because I don't use the waveforms. But the only time I use my waveforms is literally to see where my cue point is. Like, if I have multiple cue points, maybe I have a cue point for the bridge, or the cue point for like the outro or whatever, or a sample. I like to see, because sometimes I don't name my cue points. So just to be able to do a quick visual check, like, oh, okay, the bridge is 60% of the way down, so this yellow cue point has to be my cue point. That's really the only way. But yeah, people need to stop looking at waveforms so much, in my opinion. Okay. So there's so many out there. To be honest with you, I bought these 535s years ago. Been using them, built to last. They work like a charm. I'm gonna pay the $100 to have them send me a new right ear, because that's all we're talking about here. But there are a couple of companies out there that are far cheaper. People swear by it. I know. I was watching Buck Rogers. He uses an in-ear that I think is under $100 and loves it. I don't know what it's called, but and then let's see who else. I know that Warren 702 from DMS uses headphones in-ears too. And what does he swear by? I have to go through like 14 pages because Warren and I just spend most of the time just talking shit to each other. Like all the time. Where is it? I'm looking at buying the, nope, not that. All right, I'll keep looking to see if I can find it. But he swears by them. Swears by them. I'll keep looking though. All right. Yeah, but the Sonys are really good. I'm not the Sonys. The Shores are very, very good. And this is the 535, which has the 3 drivers. But the ones underneath it, which are far more affordable, also sound good. I'm an audiophile when it comes to things like this, so I needed it to be good. Okay, let's see here. All right, Jorge said, I DJ'd a wedding without headphones. A friend was getting married and wanted me to DJ the party. I agree if you know your music. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We're gonna take this until about 2 today, and then we'll raid somebody. DJ conventions will definitely come back. I have a feeling that we will see. I have a feeling we'll see NAMM in January. I do. Yeah, I really do. Because NAMM is for adults. So if all the people that go to NAMM, which I doubt it, are going to get vaccinated, then we will have no problem. Okay. Mixmaster in the house. Exactly. NAMM thorax is real. So there is a trick that NAMM don't touch anybody. You don't have to. Look, okay. So prior to COVID, I would say that NAMM thorax is, people like to joke, is real. But after COVID, in all honesty, vaccinated or not, I'm not touching people's hands without having some sort of antibacterial something in my bag with me. Like, that's going to be a thing now. And I will not take it personal. And if I look at you and you look dirty, you're probably not getting a handshake at all. You're getting a fist bump. And then I'm antibacterial the hell out of my hand. All right. So, Tondo, so you're talking nightlife. I think nightlife is going to come back earlier than we're expecting. I think it's going to hit up. I think Vegas, things like that are going to pop up, and you're going to start seeing those. Private events are always going to happen because private events are private events. You know, they don't need the government to tell them what they're going to do. So I think we'll see private events come back first. We'll see limited nightlife come back. And we will see nightlife, I think, prior to us seeing festivals come back. You know, so, but I wouldn't put it past EDC or something that comes in. Was that April or June? I think June is EDC. Then there's the other one. That's in April. I have a feeling that it's going to be harder for the ones that are selling to the kids because since they don't have a current vaccination for kids under 18, that's the struggle that we're going to get. So a lot of the adult type things are going to come back. You know, still not getting a table dance. I don't care what anybody says. I don't need. I don't need coochie COVID. Okay. Let's see here. Philip, 100%. I am not disregarding my mask. Okay, so I have my vaccine. I've been vaccinated first shot. I get my next vaccination on the 22nd. Even after that, let's say, a month when it's like fully, my antibodies are fully up and all that stuff, I'm still wearing a mask. Because I don't know what's going on right now and I don't trust people. So I will still wear a mask. I'll wear a mask. I'll take it off to take the picture, put the mask right back on. Sorry. It's just going to be me. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Vegas operates on its own thing. But again, look, if it's an adult festival, 18 and over, and the government is stating that they should have enough vaccines for everybody by May, I don't see why we couldn't be back in the world by September. If we actually use the science. Now, the key here is that, are people going to take the vaccine? That's the big issue in reality, so we'll have to wait and see. But in a perfect world, if everybody's like, yeah, I'm getting the vaccine, then there's no reason that the world couldn't open up by August, September. No reason whatsoever. I just think that just don't be stupid about it. Like Texas is being stupid. I'm sorry. It's all you have to do is wait 2 months. 2 months. That's it. And you'd have the majority of people vaccinated anyway for the people who want to. I'm looking at statistics and watching the vaccination numbers, and like when the police force and like fire departments, only like 20% are actually getting the vaccine. I'm just like, you guys want us to be here. So to each their own though, whatever. You don't want to take the vaccine, that's fine. I'm taking one. And anyway. All right. Let's see here. But I will tell you this. Even with Namthrax, if you wear your mask, you're going to be in a better position no matter what. So maybe, you COVID tested and you're vaccinated, but that doesn't solve the common colds or the flus or anything like that. You wear your mask, and you practice, distancing and elbow bumps and all that stuff, you probably won't get sick anyway. I mean, I was never a touchy-feely kind of guy anyway, so whatever. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, and look, I mean, I'm not going to say that every vaccine is perfect. I'm not going to say that at all. I'm on one that has actually not even been released to the public yet. My uncle is an epidemiologist, so it's not like I'm just taking, well, look, COVID vaccine on the street. Like it's legit. But I know that some of those are a little questioned. Like they're questioning the Russian vaccines. But is that just political people being political? Who knows? All right. Let's see here. Let's try to get back to questions. Let's see. Can I make a video showing how to stream straight from the A10 Mini Pro without using the laptop with Restream and Spin Stream? You can't. I'm sorry. You can't you can't use SpinStream with the ATEM. You don't need to use SpinStream with the ATEM because you're going to go out of your RCAs or XLRs or whatever you're using from your controller or mixer directly into the ATEM. Okay, so you don't need SpinStream for the ATEM. Your ATEM is your audio card. Now, as far as Restream is concerned, that video was going to be annoying. There already is a video out there on writing the code in for Restream, because here's the problem with the ATEM. As good as the ATEM is, it's great for if you're just using Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. All right, they've built in basically the XML code, so you can do it right from within the ATEM app. Okay, the app on the computer. In order to get Restream to work, you actually have to pull the XML code and then put in in the same file structure. Think of it like an HTML. Okay, and you have to basically you have to copy over maybe the Facebook one or the Twitch one, and then put in and then change the parameters for Restream with the stream ID, blah blah blah, all that stuff. It's not difficult, but it's annoying. It's annoying. So that's the issue. Question is, what are you doing that you want to Restream to multiple sites? Is it necessary? Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this was answered. Track information from the missing tags. Like what kind of information are you looking for? Like the year, like that kind of stuff, like the year it was produced. I'm just curious on what you're looking for, because most of the time when you pull it in, I know you're talking about metadata. It's at least going to give you the BPM. So just curious. Okay. Yeah, I've heard about a couple of them, and everybody that I've talked to has said when they work, they're great, but they don't always work. So, because I had somebody who was like, yeah, I got it, it was working. Then we took it on to do the show, and then I got into the venue, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't work. So, it just depends. Mi Audio M6. Okay, check that out. Let's see if that's the one he was talking about. Let's see if he might have put a link on. The reason why this shit ain't working is because he's on the Android. The Android does not want me to see everything. Okay. Yep, I'm not gonna find it. Wait, hold on, maybe I did. Oh, so they're talking about the Mi Audios. Yeah, so the Mi Audios is let's see. He's using the Mi Audio MX2 with molds. He's saying they're the best in-ears he's ever used. And the price point is $100. Give it a try. I'll have to maybe I'll buy them and check them out. Okay. All right, let's drop down to the bottom. A couple more questions, and then I'm gonna be up out of here. The 215s are fine. They're gonna be a little more bassy. The audio won't be as separated as the 235s, but the 15s are fine. I don't think you're gonna have any issue with that. Okay. Badass Bones, thank you for the cheer. Appreciate you. I had DJ'd I've always been a DJ, scratch DJ. I've kind of dabbled into. I'll get into it for a little while, then I'd stop. Then a year would pass or 2 years would pass. I'd get into it for a little while, then I'd stop. But like, I never knew. I had my chirp down. That was it. That's like, the chirp was the only thing I had gotten that was clean that I knew I could use. But I wanted to start to do other things. And so I wasn't a beginner scratch DJ, just say, but I definitely wasn't a great scratch DJ. I would say I was like, as I said before, intermediate level with beginner tendencies, but in reality, it's probably like, it's probably intermediate. Yeah. So I'm still working through it. But thank you. Appreciate that. But I will tell you this, just the fact that I am doing it every day, and I did miss a couple of days, just because everything else I'm doing in life, missed a couple of days, but like, I did snap back on Monday, but I still practiced. I just practiced within the context of doing a party. So I'm still practicing, but like, I didn't practice yesterday because once I put this table up, the turntables are underneath here, so I didn't practice. But I'm trying to get Reloop to send me one of their little what are they called? I'm brain dead today. Don't eat edibles. The Reloop Spin. So I'm trying to get them to send me one of those so I can practice while I'm just, sitting on the couch. All right. That's not even what happened. Every so often, and I knew about this when a client called me on the phone, and I answered, and on the phone it said inconsistent signal. So I knew right then and there something's going on with the Orbeez. Something's in the way. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I plan on getting off in just a couple of minutes, so this won't be an issue anymore. Cookie says, general found some old tracks. I get that. Yeah, if I would just Google it. Yeah, like they said, just Google it and put it in. Mixmaster's dropping some knowledge here. There you go. Okay. Russell says, is using my Zoom H6 okay when streaming to Twitch? I assume you're talking about running your XLR into the Zoom and then using your Zoom as an audio card. I don't think there's a problem with that. Okay. Any more questions? Channel points. Yeah. So I'll probably bring them back soon. I don't like to have channel points on the shows. The shows, because I'm usually in an interview, and it's not like I'm going to be having this super conversation with some amazing guests, and they're like, "Oh, hold on, I'm supposed to do 5 push-ups. Give me a minute." So I'm still working that part out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe I wish there was a way that you could kind of set the channel points per show. That would be dope. Do you have a tutorial on how to add YouTube videos on OBS? I don't know what that means per se. Are we talking about there's a YouTube video and you just want to show it? Is that what we're talking about? Like you just want to show it as an example? It's actually not that hard. It's just you can pull it right in from your either your browser link or video capture, and then just have your audio set to your PC audio. Like it's not that hard. Okay. I social distance all the time. There's more space than people give credit for. Unless you're watching, somebody perform, but I'm good with being in the back. That's why my camera has a zoom. Okay. Oh, DJ Dynablend. If you're gonna disagree, unfortunately, you might want to tell me why you disagree, because this tells me nothing. So let me know. Let me know what you disagree on, and you don't have to. Unfortunately, you can disagree without being unfortunate. Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I have mine. I just happen to have a microphone. Looking to upgrade from my SR2 to turntables and mixer recommended. I mean, this question is a difficult question, because you're not going to have a problem with pretty much any mixer. Okay. So if you get a Newmark Scratch, if you get the Audio Technica turntables, you're going to be just fine. Or you get an S7 or a Rain 70 and, PLX 1000s or Technics MK7s. You're still going to be fine. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing as a best. People love what they love. And all I can tell you is the ones that work. And all the ones that I just mentioned there are going to work just fine. I mean, you could even buy an S9. And the S9 is still going to have tons of life. Would I buy an S9? No. But the S9 is still a great mixer. You get one used for a few $100s. You're still loving life. Okay. All right, let's see here. Sloth Fuzz, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. It's just we're all growing. We're all evolving. We're just trying to, keep building. And you probably weren't on, since you're on YouTube. Yesterday I had DJ Scene on, and we were talking about just evolving, starting with something and then continuing to build on after that. That's the key. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yeah, for NDI, you definitely want to go Ethernet, Gemini. Definitely. I've tried to go wireless. It was a waste of time. Oh, God. So here's the problem with random giveaways. That means I got to put that stuff in the mail. I'm so bad at that. I'm so bad. Like, I barely send manufacturers or stuff back in the mail. Like, I got to go to FedEx. Why? Yeah, I'll probably do something like that where, if I have it my way, in all honesty, I want the channel points to affect the lighting. So I'll probably set it up to where the channel points, you can have the channel points change the lighting, change the mood, that kind of stuff. So we'll work through it. So many senior moments right now. So many senior moments. But like I said, late night edibles are not the way in the morning. Yeah, I need emote help too. I now that I'm partner, I have access to all these emotes. Haven't tried to touch one. So I need to get my emotes going. All right. Okay, let's do one more question. One or two. I don't use, okay. So DJ Wicked, Walt, let's not think about it as two laptops. Let's think about it as two devices. All right. You want to have a streaming, you want to have a computer, a DJ computer, and a streaming device, however that may be. Okay. So when people always ask me, do you use two laptops? Like, well, you don't necessarily need two laptops. You just need two computers. So DJ computer right here, or ATEM. ATEM is virtually a computer. So that's a streaming device. Computer right here, or desktop. That's a desktop. This right here. This is a Goat, custom-made Goat desktop. All right. That's going to be the same thing. So you just need two devices. All right. Either an ATEM, a laptop, or a desktop. Okay. Look, I know there's so many different types. Um, I'm still working on it. I'm just working on it. We'll have to see. That's not a bad idea. That price would be super cheap. And Moberry got a cool mug from Mojax. Let me think about it. It just can't cost me too much money financially. Like I said, I just put a new roof on the house. I don't have money as it is, so adding that on is not going to help. All right. Amelia asks, can you help newbies understand the difference between Twitch followers, subs, and bits? Sure. Okay. In a nutshell, on Twitch, you have your followers, which there's three different ways for people to like connect with you. You have your followers. Your followers are attached to you in your profile. They will get notifications when you go online, and you're able to, if you're an affiliate, I believe you're affiliate, you're able to send emails to your follower. No, not to your subscribers. Sorry, back up. So the followers will have access to when you're on. They can come on. They get notified when you're on. All right. Followers are pretty easy because there's no buy-in. People just go, oh, he seems pretty dope. Hit the follow button. Now he's in their list of people. Then you have subscribers. Subscribers are people that basically monetize your channel. So they spend money to become it's like, think of it like a follower on steroids. So they have all the follower skill sets. They have all the follower traits, but as a sub, you get access to their emotes. You get access to getting onto their channel without having to watch a commercial. You get possibilities like if they do run mid stream ads, you don't see them. You get access to, like I said, to their emotes, and then whatever else stuff they have designated for their sub. Like let's say I have subscribers here and I decide to go slow mode or subscriber only chat. Well, only the subscribers are going to be able to chat. If I go into slow mode, let's say I get a huge raid and the chat's running like crazy, subscribers I can have active to where they're not connected with that, so they can still comment freely. So that's the point of subs. And you can email your subs to tell them when you have upcoming shows and things like that via the Twitch browser. So really, really convenient. And then you have friends. Friends, I'm not even sure why this is even a thing, because friends don't actually help your channel. Friends don't help anything, to be honest with you. Like adding a friend has really no connection to anything on Twitch. It's not like when you add a friend, you can see what that friend is doing. You still have to be following them. So following is by far the most important thing to do. All right. So subs, as we just said, you can subscribe to a channel. Typically there are 3 tiers of subs, and they're different price points. So, the first entry is what, $5-6, and then I think it jumps up to $10, $12, somewhere around there, and then there's like a 20. Anyway, every hierarchy of sub gets you more stuff. So maybe if you're a subscriber to tier 1, you get 5 emotes. Tier 2 will get another set of emotes. Tier 3 will get another set of emotes. So you have the potential to have a lot of things that other people don't have. All right. I'm not going to talk about Discord or anything like that, but get on my Discord. Because if you are a subscriber to a channel and they have a Discord, they can link with Twitch and have subscriber only chat areas just for the subscribers. So there's a lot of cool features with being a sub, and you support the channel. That's really important. Supporting the channel. Bits are tips. So basically, think of a bit as like a penny. In all honesty, probably a little less than a penny. And every bit that somebody gives you 100 bits, it's like $1. You know, 100 bits. And basically, yeah, people can tip you and do all your stuff. It's great. Not an issue. Just keep in mind that anything you do, subs, bits, all those things that are paid through Twitch, there is a fee associated with Twitch that they will collect from you. So you're always going to make less. So even if you get, 100 subs, you're like, sweet, I just made $500. Well, not really. You made 30%. I think it's 30% less. I think they take 30%, 30 or 40% that you're going to make from it. So, yeah, hopefully that answered your question. I know it was a little all over the place, but hopefully it did. Friends are for people who do a lot of watching. I found some cool streamers by being alerted that my friend is watching them. Okay. I can see that. All right, let's see. So it's funny because like I'll go on somebody's stream and they'll be like, "Hey, Cleveland Terry's in the house. Make sure you follow Cleveland Terry." And then I'll check my inbox and there's like 15 people adding me as friends. I'm like, that's great, but you're still never going to know when I go on. So this isn't helping anything, so I always tell people, click on their profile and then click on view profile. Don't add the friend, click on view profile. It's not going to take you out of the stream you're currently watching. And then you can follow them from there. That's the easiest way. Okay. All right. Yeah, I run into that myself. It's where people, they get connected with me and they start chatting, and which I'm fine with. But then it's like, it becomes a thing where they're like constantly chatting and I'm just sitting there like, okay, I have other things to do. And like, I don't have just one social media presence. So I have it all over the place. So I don't want to be a butthead, just because, but sometimes I don't get to things because we have an incoming hype train. Is that what I'm seeing here? Well, this is a great way to end the day with an incoming hype train. Let's go. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. And this is another reason. See, right now, in order to get to my banner that just basically says hype train in effect, right? In order to get to that, I have to make 4 different steps. So, once I pull everything into OBS, I can use my Stream Deck to just drop those little overlays in. And I don't have to do anything in here. But now I'm curious about the OBS connection. I'll play with it. This weekend, I don't have anything planned. My kids have dance competition tomorrow. But besides that, okay, so this is a good question. And looks like we're at level 2 hype train, 11%. Let's go. DJ 101, aka Boa Ninja says ATEM Live Pro versus Yellow Box versus ATEM versus Live Pro versus Yellow Box. Okay. So, this is the Live Pro. It's a great device, has some really, really cool features, and I have never tried the Yellow Box, but here's a problem that I see across the board. The Yellow Box, the ATEM, they all have great features, but there's no perfect box out there. Like, not one perfect box. So the ATEM does things great, and the Live Pro does some things that are great too. I like the Live Pro because of the fact that it has a screen. That screen is kind of a game changer, which means you don't need to have a computer up showing you which camera you're in and all that stuff. So I do like knowing that a camera is active because you don't have that access in the ATEM without literally running an HDMI cord into your screen. So if a camera goes out for whatever reason, I'd have no way of knowing until I see it on Twitch or whatever. The fact that it's on here is great. Now, there's one thing that this device does or doesn't do that the ATEM Mini Pro does, and that is the ability to stream. Are we stuck at 11%? 2 minutes left. We are 11% hype train. We were doing so well. Daddy needs to pay for that new roof. So, help a brother out. Yeah, but they all do things very, very well. And I like them both. I do like them both. I still need to do my video. I did the video on the ATEM, so check that one out. But I'm going to be doing the yellow video. I actually might do it. If I can't do it today, it won't be until the weekend. But yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Okay. We're just going to take this out until we are done with the hype train. And then we will raid in to someone else. So here's the thing. So no, actually, I haven't watched the show yet. I watched the movie. The movie's great, but I haven't watched the TV show. But I did love the movie. Jorge Blanco, you do need to be an affiliate to get money. You can't get money without being an affiliate. All right, 33%. 33. Oh, we just hit over 100. Let's see what's going on here. I need to check my level 2 complete. Let's take a look at the stream manager. See who's been helping us out today. Okay, we got DZ smoking that thing with the bits. Jorge with the gifted 2 tier 1 subs. DJ Woodchip with the 500. Blanco with the 200. DJ Yo Jimbo rated with the party of 1. Thank you for hanging out today. Bats to the Bones has been throwing out tips left and right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And what else we got here? Mixmaster with the bits. SMC with the gifted sub. Soul Fabulous with the bits. Sloth with the bits. DJ Damio with the bits. And SMC with another tier 1 sub. We're at level 3. 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go. Let's go. Okay, so let's see who we got here. Mulberry with the bits. Thank you so much. We're at level 3. All right. Okay. LDG says, why did I pick Streamlabs over Stream Elements? This is StreamYard. I'm not even using any streaming stuff right now. But when I do use things on OBS, I have used Streamlabs. And the reason why I didn't use Stream Elements is just because it was PC only, even though I know that you can do browser inputs. But at the time, I didn't know that that you could do that. So I ended up with Streamlabs. But this is StreamYard, not Streamlabs. Okay. Boa Ninja says, I am a tech for a radio station. We want to start streaming the video. The problem is most of the DJs are ancient and have trouble using a mouse. Sounds like Live Pro. If you're a tech in a radio station, I would, in all honesty, I would just set up the cam, have the XLRs, because I'm assuming that the DJs, I mean, you're going through a mixer, so it really shouldn't matter sound-wise, because that's just, you set it and forget it. I guess the issue would be the cameras. That's what you're talking about, is switching from camera to camera. That's a hard one because some people are that's just not their thing. But yeah, being able to see yourself in the Live Pro might definitely be a better scenario, or else you're going to need a monitor up so they can see what's going on. And that's just one more thing you got to deal with. All right, we just hit level 4 hype train. Level 4, 20%. Because DJ Queso with the subscription, Chief Rocka with the bits, Gemini with the bits, Philip Tan, Mulberry. You guys are killing it out there. Killing it. StreamYard rules. Yes. All right, we actually might raid shortcut. Okay, let's see. A couple more. Like I said, we're going to keep going until the raid train dies out. Yeah, it's Thursday. So to be fair, Kova called me, and he wanted to talk. I will call him literally right after I get off this show. Yeah. DJ Damiel with the bits. Thank you so much. All right, we're doing well. We're doing well. Can we get past level 5? All right. Yang Music says, what do you think of DJ City or BPM Supreme, or what are your choices in terms of DJ pools? There's so many pools. So many pools. So I use BPM Supreme and DJ City and DMS. Those are my 3 record pools right now. And I talked about this earlier, Yang. So if you go back and watch the video, you'll probably see. But I think they're all good. The interface for both DJ City and BPM Supreme, I think, are the best out there. They have the best. They're designed to be user friendly, and they really are. That's the best. The best technology wise is probably DJ City's ability to download on the fly. So with BPM Supreme, you can go from your mobile app and basically say, okay, I like that song, I like that song, I like that song, I like that song, send to my downloads. And then when you go to the browser, all those things are just chilling, and you just hit the one download button and it downloads all those files that you've been listening to the entire time on your phone. That's one cool piece. The other cool piece is that with DJ City, you can do the same scenario, but then you can say download. And as long as you have the little applet in your computer, it'll just download the files to your My Downloads. That's dope. That's good times and fun stuff. 24%. We are at level 4 hype train. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Queso says, where can I find emotes, DJ drops, logos? So many. And the works of a theme because I made affiliate. All right. Emotes, there are people out there that will make you emotes. I think even Darth Vader makes emotes. But there are people out there that's what they do. You can buy an emote pack. They'll sell it to you for a reasonable price. DJ drops. I know there's Rob Ryan drops. But you can get drops from like even the biggest people out there. You pay their fee, they'll do a drop for you. Fat Man Scoop does drops for fees. A lot of people do drops. And logos, same thing. You just got to go online, check Fiverr, to get your logo done. That's probably the best choice. Hype train is stalling. Did we hit ice block? Looks like the hype train is level 4 complete. Wait, what just happened here? DJ Woodchip with the 5-piece. Thank you so much, DJ Woodchip. Appreciate you, man. We thought it was dead. Woodchip's keeping hope alive. DJ Puffy does drops. There you go. I gotta ask him to do a job for me. I gotta tap into some of the people. All right, let's see here. DJ Paul V says, why can't DJ controllers analyze music from turntables or vinyl? Are you asking why you can't rip a vinyl song? Because they do. You can rip it right from there. As far as analyzing music, you got to be more clear. If you're talking about I'm playing a vinyl record, right? I'm playing a song over there and I pop it down. And if you're asking me why the DJ controller can't see the BPMs and analyze that, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but they weren't designed for that. Controllers are designed to be controllers. If you want that kind of stuff, you got to go through actual mixers. All right. Heavy Hits is really good, says DJ at 1. That's dope. Yeah, I haven't used Heavy Hitters, but there's so many. Eighth Wonder, I think that was the first record pool that I ever used. I thought they died. Come to find out, they're still around. Who would have thought? Okay. All right, let's see here. That'd be good. Heavy would be a great one. Heavy would be a great one. Let's see here. I'm just looking for questions while we were still in this hype train. We got 2 minutes left. 28%. Slowbridge says, "What's the drop?" If it's maybe you're slow, or you just don't know what a drop is. A drop is a I don't know. It's a voiceover announcing you, if in layman's terms. So somebody will come up and be like, yo, we got DJ Slowbridge on the track. That's a drop. And don't use that. That's a bad drop. Definitely don't use that. Polly wants to talk a little more. What I meant, if you were playing on a turntable that's connected to a controller, why cannot analyze music from that source? Because it's an analog source. The music that you're playing, all the analysis from your music has nothing to do with the device you're using. It has everything to do with the software you're using. The software is analyzing the files. Okay. So when you're DJing with vinyl, the vinyl is not traveling through the software per se. It's only going through the hardware. So you would in essence, like they did with the old 900s and that kind of stuff, is the only thing you can really pull in is a BPM counter. The option is just to rip your vinyl, and then now you have it. Okay. 28% level 5, still stuck at level 5. Let's go. I might have to do that. A couple of people have asked me to do some stuff for them. Maybe that's a possibility. Okay. That to me being successful in DJ drops to me would be like the epitome of irony, because like all through my life I've always kind of been made fun of for my voice. You sound too white, you're this, you're that, why you said blah blah blah, all these little things. So if I was successful at DJ drops, that would legitimately be the epitome of irony. Perfect irony. Okay. It's okay. It's all right. Hey, that was a great try. That was a great effort for the hype train. So thank you so much, guys, for participating in the hype train. Now, let's see here. Let's see. Where am I? All right. Looks like Cleveland Terry's on. Follow Cleveland Terry. What are we gonna do here? Let's see. So many options. Can we rate somebody? Can we rate somebody smaller? Where's my music? I feel weird with no music. All right, I can't see my people. The people that I follow. There we go. Okay. All right. Who are we going to read? So many options. What's Kid Cuda doing on? Huh. See, here's the problem with these types of things. There are so many people on raids right now. Like, so many people on raids. I hate to raid people that are on raids. Cafe and Tunes. I've never rated him. I don't even follow him. Kids are always great. I was going to rate A Skills, but he's got almost 600 people on there. But I watch A Skills all the time. A Skills is definitely dope. But we haven't rated Shortcut. He's doing house stuff. But it's Thursday. Isn't this Throwback Thursday? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Hip hop, bass, and DJ action. All right, maybe we can raid. So many options. So many options. DJ Flip Out. Is he on? Is he just scratching? Okay. So you guys are asking me to rate all these people. I'm not even following these people. DJ Ray Domingo. I'm thinking Flip Out might be a good choice. Raid yourself. Let's see. I think we're gonna do Flip Out. I watched Baby Rainbow. Dude, this is good though. This is good. Let me hit that follow for Ray Domingo. What's baby what? Baby Rainbow? Baby Rainbow has 1,700 viewers. Come on, people. All right. Let's set up for let's do Flip Out. Let's do Flip Out. Mods, can you set up Flip Out for me? Thank you so much. We'll do Flip Out just because I haven't done Flip Out before. So thank you guys so much for hanging out today. If my son and I might be on, if we're not on here, we'll be on the Check 121 DJing, but we'll probably be on here. Also, if you don't see me Monday we have DJ Trey's. Did they really raid already? That's rude. Why are we raiding so damn fast? All right, guys. So Monday, we will have DJ Trey's on. So hopefully you guys are there and enjoy. If not, we'll see you soon. Peace out, everybody.